Good evening and welcome to Rapid TV News. This is a recap of all of the major activities that happened from Monday through Friday. First, the headlines. Naira crisis, fake note in circulation, say NSCDC. NLC to federal government and fill Naira crisis in 7 days. Amaechi accuses Wike of spending 50 million naira weekly on alcohol. Lassa fever, Nigeria records 5 deaths, 40 new infections, and ahead of governorship election, DSS arrests Kano cleric for allegedly preaching violence. We'll now give you a recap of all of the activities and new ones after the break. The Nigerian Security and Civil Defense Corps NSCDC says it will continue to arrest and prosecute those involved in the production and circulation of fake redesigned naira notes. The Commandant General of the Corps, Ahmed Odi, told newsmen that the number of cases of circulation of fake notes had become worrisome. He warned perpetrators to desist, adding that the cops will not relent but continue to arrest and prosecute those involved in economic sabotage of the country. According to him, in less than a month, the Corps had arrested and seized fake naira notes worth millions from members of syndicates in different states in the country. The Commander General said that while interrogating most of the arrested suspects, it was deduced that the alleged fraudsters took advantage of the low circulation of the redesigned naira notes to massively produce counterfeit notes. Audi therefore advised citizens to avoid being victims of fraudsters by ensuring they transact with banks, most especially when large sums were involved. Also, we brought to you that the Nigerian Labour Congress NLC had issued a 7-day ultimatum to the federal government to end the fuel and naira crisis. It said it would mobilize for mass action if the issues were not addressed. NLC President Joe Ajaero stated this in Abuja while addressing reporters on the outcome of a meeting convened by the Central Working Committee of the Congress. It was said that Nigerians, especially workers, have been pushed to the wall and could no longer keep quiet on the issue of cash crunch. The NLC has said is giving the federal government of Nigerian agencies of government, including the Central Bank of Nigeria and other banking institutions, 7 working days to address the issue of the cash crunch. He added that if the government fails to address its concerns at the expiration of the 7 days, the Congress will direct all workers in the country to stay at home because it has become very difficult to access money to enter vehicles to their workplace. And on the campaign, we brought to you that APC governorship candidate in Rivers State, former Minister of Transportation and immediate past governor of Rivers State, Right Honorable Chibuike Amaechi, has described the state governor Nyesom Wike as a drunk who spends 50 million on alcohol every week and should not be allowed a third term through his stooge. Amaechi said this on Tuesday during his campaign for Tonyeko in Ogba, Egbema, and Ndoni local government area, where he was conferred with the Oba of Ogba land, Eze Chukwuemeka Obid II, visited the people of Egi in Erema community, the people of Omoko, Ndoni, Egbema, and Obrikom, where he also visited Eze Oso, the Somini of Obrikom. Amaechi complained that the amount of state funds Wike spends on alcohol in 2 weeks is almost equivalent to the amount Amaechi spent to build 1 primary school where he served as governor, thereby shortchanging Rivers people and wasting state funds, he alleged. The person Wike buys alcohol from said Wike spends 50 million naira every week on alcohol. The primary schools we built in 112 million naira. It means that in 2 weeks, Wike has drank 1 primary school. When Wike talks, it is alcohol talking. We'll now take a short break, and when we come back, we'll bring you some more recap of our major stories this week. Welcome back. Now, according to the NCDC, 22 states have recorded at least 1 confirmed case across 89 local government areas. Nigeria has confirmed 40 new Lassa fever infections and 5 deaths in 1 week. Spanning 27, The Nigeria Center for Disease Control disclosed in its latest situation report published on Tuesday on its website for week 9, noting that the number of new confirmed cases decreased from 59 in week 8 to 40 cases. The report showed that the new cases were reported from Bauchi, Ondo, Taraba, Edo, and Ebonyi states. NCDC noted that cumulatively from week 1 to week 9, 109 deaths have been reported with a case fatality rate of 16.1%, which is lower than the CFR for the period in 2022, which is 18.6%. According to NCDC, 22 states have recorded at least one confirmed case across 89 local government areas, with 72% of all confirmed cases reported from 3 states of Ondo, Edo, and Bauchi. The Disease Control Center noted that Ondo State has so far accounted for 33% of all confirmed cases, while Edo and Bauchi accounted for 29 and 10% respectively. The Department of State Services DSS arrested an Islamic cleric and one other person for inciting violence ahead of the election of March 18 governorship in Kano State. The spokesperson for the DSS, Peter Afnaya, in a statement confirmed the arrest to reporters. He said the suspect had deliberately incited violence in parts of the state through separately recorded messages shared on various social media channels. The Islamic cleric is accused of delivering a message on March 10 during the Friday congregational prayers in Wudil local government area of the state, where he called for residents to besiege the office of the Independent National Electoral Commission (INEC) and die if their candidate is not declared winner. The DSS reiterated that the call for political players to abide by the letters of the Electoral Act and guidelines, while all and sundry are advised to positively contribute to the sustenance of peace and democracy in Nigeria. Independent National Electoral Commission (INEC) has stated the distribution of sensitive and non-sensitive election materials in Abia State ahead of Saturday's governorship and state assembly election. The electoral body stated the distribution to 17 local government areas of the state at the commission headquarters in Umaya. Correspondent Bar Tempo have more on the story.
The Independent National Electoral Commission in Abia State has commanded the distribution of sensitive materials to be used for the governorship and House of Assembly elections to various local government areas of the state. INEC took delivery of the sensitive materials, which include ballot papers and result sheets, from the Central Bank of Nigeria in Umuahia today. The exercise, led by the INEC Administrative Secretary in the state, Clement Onhia, the Commissioner of Police Abia State, Mustafa Muhammad Bala, and the AIG elections in charge of Police Zone 9, Ibrahim Sani, was monitored by various stakeholders. Ibrahim Sani warned political thugs to shun violence during and after the elections, while urging residents to come out and exercise their right.
I would just want to employ the citizens who are good and law abiding to report any situation, any other, any criminal or any persons who want to jeopardize this election come 10th of March 2023.
Speaking with journalists, State INEC Public Affairs Officer in the state, Bamidele Oyetunji, expressed the readiness of the electoral body to conduct free, fair, and credible elections on Saturday, and also called for the cooperation and support of stakeholders.
We are ready to dispute non-sensitive and sensitive material for the onward transmission to the 17 LGA here in Abia State. Already the first local government is being loaded. That is Arochukwu, which is the fastest local government in Abia State. Their beavers is ready for the vehicle, and we are going to the CBN for the other non-sensitive and sensitive material. We are ready for the election, and already on our notice board you will see we have displayed the list of both the gubernatorial aspirants. Here in the state we have 36 of them, and the composition of that 36, we have 30 male and 6 female. that cuts across all the 18 registered political parties.
Meanwhile, INEC has confirmed Jasper Uche as the People's Democratic Party deputy governorship candidate, despite the submission of Okegwe's name by the national leadership of the party. Bara Temple, reporting for Rapid TV.
Ahead of the March 18th election, people could be seen going about their regular business prior to the governorship in Nasarawa State, and the environment appears calm, while a few voters have stated their plan to cast their ballot at the various polling places and others seems indifferent. Well, our correspondent Irene Okechukwu have more on this particular story.
People could be seen going about their regular business prior to the governorship election in Nasarawa State, and the environment appears calm, while a few voters have stated their plan to cast their ballots at the various polling places and others seems indifferent.
Why not? Yes, I'll come and vote. Vote for my choice. I'll come and vote by God's grace.
What happened last time is cannot even encourage me to come out again, to motivate me to come out again, to waste my time and be staying hungry on the line to make sure I vote for whoever I want to vote for. So that is the kind of thing that encouraged me. Then I said, it's better I even stay at home to manage my own poor life.
I feel calm, I feel no calm because the former election, the presidential election is too hard for us because not be waiting expect we see for the election there.
Are they going to count our vote? No. They will, after voting, they will do their mind. So I don't think that they need to go out and suffer myself tomorrow. I know what I passed through last 2 weeks ago.
I will pray that we are going to do a peaceful election. That's what we are praying. Even yesterday, we are busy praying so that the election is going to be a peaceful election because we don't need anything crisis or tribalism or religion. So we need to do something peacefully for us.
I feel good though if they will remember us. We are suffering. We are suffering. Whatever they say they will do, when they enter, they will not do it. Let them remember masses. Whatever they are doing, we are okay with everybody. Let there be peace. And let us know that we are of one umbrella. Let God help us.
His Highness Gambo Alayayi, the head of Marabangurku Karu local government in Nasarawa State, who was represented by the Palace Secretary, Chief Katuka Bube, has urged the community residents to cast their votes in large numbers for the candidates of their choice.
We are urging the INEC officials, the security agencies, in collaboration with the community chiefs, to create a enabling environment so that the election will give a desired goal by make sure we exercise our franchise without any hitch of security breach.
Reassuring the public that security measures have been put in place to protect lives and property and that the populace will follow the electoral process. This report is brought to you from Rapid TV Network. Reporting, Irene Okechukwu.
That's the much we can take on the news recap. Before we go, let us give you the headlines. Naira crisis, fake notes in circulation, says NSCDC. NLC to federal government and fuel Naira crisis in 7 days. Amechi accuses Wike of spending 50 million naira weekly on alcohol. And in health, Lassa fever, Nigeria records 5 deaths, 40 new infections. Ahead of the governorship poll, DSS arrests Kano cleric for allegedly preaching violence. That's much we can take. Do have yourself a beautiful weekend and do not forget to stay safe as you cast your vote. My name is Cynthia. Keep watching Rapid TV News.